Okay, in this lesson, I want to talk about how to create custom patterns inside of Photoshop. Patterns are those style shapes that are repeated into a surface. For example, you see patterns like this checker. You see that it just repeated with just one shape and these two cubes, and it's create a kind of patterns alongside of this surface. And you can see patterns on the backgrounds of websites, on the printed image, just for backgrounds. Most of the graphic designers use patterns for creating a very nice looking backgrounds, a very nice looking objects, shapes, and these kind of stuff. And creating custom patterns inside of Photoshop. Imagine we want to create a patterns from this shape that we have created with this shape tools. And once you create your shape, select the shape and go to edit. And in edit you see that define patterns. Once I select define patterns, this dialog is appear and I can change the name of this, for example, maybe new patterns, and click OK. Once you click OK, for example, if I create another rectangle for my background, maybe this is my actual background, and let's change maybe color of this to something like a red one, or maybe black, dark. Okay, and let's duplicate that. In here I can choose in fill, I can choose patterns, and once I go to patterns, you see the custom patterns are available in here. And if I click in here, you see that pattern is available, and I can change the scale of that like this, and I can maybe apply different things. Sorry, I have to select that. I can change the blending option of them. I can use pin light. I can use different other stuff for my patterns inside of Photoshop, and it's very useful for creating custom patterns, and it's very useful to create a nice looking backgrounds in Photoshop. And the other things is the custom brush preset. For example, if I add custom shapes in here, maybe this shape, and change the color to white, and I want to use this shape for my brush, create duplicated version of this shapes with this brush. How can I do that? Select your shape, go to edit, and in edit define a brush presets. If I click in here, let me off this background, and let's scale it up and go to edit, define brush presets, and click OK. Once I click OK, if I go to this rectangle and go to brush, and in brush, if I go in here, you see that my brush preset is available in here. If I select on this and lower down, maybe okay, maybe select shape. Okay, and let's this layer and unlock this, and if I change this, you see that it creates a very nice looking brush strokes alongside of my shape. And if I Control Z that, I can change different parameters of that. For example, if I go to, you see that, scale it up, and if I change this like this, and see, if I go to brush, I can use scattering options, count jitters, and also shape dynamic, size jittering, minimum details, all these other shape and brush parameters. And also let me count this, count jitter, and maybe other noises and scatter. If I now create brush, you see that my shape is duplicated alongside of my brush, and I can use this for creating thousands of this object in just one click. It's very good, it's very nice, and very important for you to know how to create custom patterns and custom brush presets inside of Photoshop.